Yesterday I visited the National Archives in Kew and I had a little bit of time to kill, so I just sat and thought I'd sketch this view out of the window. It's an amazing, complex, beautiful modern architecture actually, and this doesn't do justice. This is just the courtyard, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. But what was interesting, this is more of an urban sketch in reality. So what I've done is taken along a little kit which I wanted to show you. This little, I made this a few years ago. It's a little peppermint tin, an Altoids tin. But what I did, I put in some colours, some nice Winsor & Newton artist quality colours. So it's so tiny, and I've got a little sponge, pencil and a mixing piece of plastic there. But look, just look at the size of that compared to my hand. So that is so tiny. So I'm going to just have a little go at this. Perhaps using this, I might use a few other odd colours from my other palettes, but I'm going to see what I can do with this just for fun. And I'm also going to use these little water brush. They're really handy. This cylinder here, just along here, is full of water. So you could just take off and do some urban sketching without taking a great deal of paraphernalia. You could actually go with your water pens and start your sketches. So let's have a go what we should do. I think I've got to get it was a fairly cloudy sort of day actually. But I think I'm going to add a bit of colour just to see, add some interest anyway. Got cobalt here, look. I can see my little cobalt blue here, ultramarine there, and cerulean. So let's get a bit of cobalt going on here. These little tins perhaps wouldn't do if you got a large painting, but this one I'm on today is was Aquafine. It's a good quality paper. It's 12.6 by 9.4 inches, not cold pressed paper. So let's just have a go, see how we can get along with our water brush, whether we can make it work. Just really for urban sketching this, but I thought it's a bit of fun. That's what it's about. I'm just washing over here. Leave a little bit of stuff for the sky there. Right, I'm going to leave that. Why I like this though is quite a lot of nice roofs and different sort of hard shapes, really architectural shapes. So I'm going to have a look, see what we can do. Some darks for the roofs. Yeah. Mix it with that bit of blue. Got a little bit of black there. So I think I could There's an umbrella here. I've sketched it out. It's just a little seating area, and there's a pond along there. But I need to refer to my reference. Normally I have my reference on my iPad, but for some reason it's not come up on my iPad. Yes, I think we darken these. Roof here. There's a lot of perspective here. This building coming this way, vanishing point somewhere over here. So I've got these lines coming in. Got a big umbrella here as well. But I've got to vary these tones so that we can make some differentiation in colours. Sort of galleried areas where people sit and do their research into their family histories, or it's an interesting place to visit actually. There's just so much there. Get all the family history and records there. I think I can go a little bit darker in some of the areas here. Different structures of the roof. Under this eaves area, I'm going to step up a little dark there. A thicker mixture. And it comes under this area actually. Let's keep that in there. Right. And there's some steel structures come down here, supports this gallery area. Right. I can ground it, some of these. And well, I've got this nice dark colour. Let's just go for that umbrella. Nice shape there. So this would just be a fairly loose sketch. You could work it up into a bigger painting in your studio. Said I had intended to do it on site, plein air, but we had got called away, so we ran out of time. So I had to leave it. Okay, and then some darks here. So I'm going to keep this fairly loose as a sketch, really. So you can see I've, in my area, in my sketch, I've shaded in areas which I want to keep dark. He's got canopies all across. Another umbrella there. So we won't have that quite so dark, as it's back a little bit into my distance. There's a lot of complexity in the sketch, and you have to decide how much you want to put in. Simplifying is often what's required, so I think I need to do a fair amount of that. So just do it as a sketch, I think, and add some colours where we can add some interest. I think, yes, there's a lot of complex roof structure to this, and let's get that in here. Can leave the odd bit of light from the paper to give me some sparkle to it. Sort of pipe coming out there. And under this is also a shaded area. Just with a weaker mix. See what we can do with that. If you can see that, it's reflecting a little bit off the paper. Let's get some thing for all this concrete area. That's distracting us somewhat. Wall along there. Put some colours in a minute. But I want to It's all concrete here, so I can vary the colours with some little bit of blue to reflect the bluish tinge sometimes get in a concrete surface. And I could put in some directional lines a little bit down the road. Just looking now, I can see needs to be darker in here. So I think I'll drop a bit of blue into my mix there to make a change. Perhaps still a bit darker. Right. And a little bit of red, a bluey mix. Let's go a bit of cadmium. Cadmium and a bit of blue mix. Yes, on that. Where is that going to? Could put a little bit of different colours in it when it's wet, and you get a more muted colour, more variety anyway. Needs to be a bit darker out there. So big building behind there. And I can use, I need, yes, definitely a bit darker into the, under that canopy area, I think. Right. Then also in here, big dark windows hidden away there. Then lots of and in between these dark areas I'll have to reflect something of the building colour. I think it's time for a bit of ochre to give us a little bit of colour. In the building. As I said, it's a loose, very loose. It's something you would do if you join up with the Urban Sketchers, which are a worldwide organisation that go out and record their local scenes, urban scenes. Let's get a bit of a green in there. So my little Altoids tin, I've got two different greens. Let's go for a lighter mix at the moment, then I can drop in some darker colours later, and some yellows as well. Yeah, I think we should go a little bit of hookers there. I think I've got it. We need to put some blue with our hookers to darken it down a little bit. Yes, and there's some edges here along there. That's a bit better. And we could put some dabs of darker, different greens, I should say, into our mix here. Just dabbing it in with my water brush. Yes, I think some of these things have got some green structures as well. Some of the building. Let's leave that a minute. Now I need, oh yes, I've got quite a green bed here. Little island of greens. Let's get some different shrub colours going there. Got some reds and orangey coloured shrubs. Sort of round shape, like topiary really. Let's go with that. Different greens. Dropping it in. We can get some yellow as well now. Let's get a bit of cadmium out of our little Altoid tin there. Let's go for a bit of orange as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to extend this out a little bit. Right, okay. Let's leave that. See, there's a pond along here, so I'm going to try and show the edge of that. Mix up a bit of a darker tone so I can get the, yes, I think it's just along here. This is a big water feature. Great big. Got lots of it around the building actually, with all the swans. Making use of it. Put in that, put some of these features of these roofs in as well, little lines. So there's sort of windows, little very adventurous bit of modern architecture actually. Quite a nice place to visit. Let's get a bit of, we've got some ochre mix. I think we need to mix with a bit of blue to tone it down. Need to lighten up. There's pathways. Got some seating here. I'll put that in a minute, but that's just, let's ground the building first of all. Under here. Right, now let's, yes, I think I can safely say I need to add some greens along little canopies along here. Like shades over the windows below. Big canopies they were. Need to improve the green, I think. Darker, bluier greens here. To raise that sort of a privet hedge actually there. And then we've got some columns of ochre colour, I think. Here, this wall. Some stonework. Maybe we could put some colour in here too. Not enough colour. And let's get, actually we could, let's hint at a little bit of blue in some of this windows here. They're catching a little bit of the sky, so let's just hint at the glass there. I'll put in some more detail under that canopy when it's with a pen later. Notice here too, we need, these are two little panels that they have to mark off the seating areas. These I need to do the same here. Let's give them a bit of colour. Can do that. Another one here. Right. Alright, then there's one here. Show a little bit of the blue there. Sort of pretty much in line there though. I've got to put in these little little poles holding it. Go with that. A little disc holding it, look. You just start to put in the detail, it can start to work. But as I say, this is a sketch. You would use this as a guide for your more detailed work in the studio if you wanted to do that. This is certainly a hybrid. As I said, I was going to finish this on site, just sitting there. But we had to get back to avoid the traffic. Just a little bit of texture in this. I think I can put some darker areas to emphasize where the windows are. So let's mix up a little darker. Yes, there's a sort of line of windows along here. And also I need to darken these up. And perhaps a little bit in some of these. There we go. Now I think, should I put some of these a bit more emphasis on this block work, I think. Could put some directional lines as well, to give them some sense of perspective. There's flagstones all along here. But I think I'll do that with finer brush in a moment. Darker under this umbrella, casting a bit of shade on our view. But let's get some of the hint at the water there. Well, there's not a great deal visible. Mainly, we'll put something in there. There we go. Now what about this foreground? Let's this tabletop in here. outdoor seating there, and these chairs. Just give them a sort of bluey hint, which I think they were. Another one here. And here, darker ones. How's it looking? So I will put in some fine perspective lines, I think, with a finer brush. I know where I can darken up a bit as well to differentiate some. We can go a bit darker than that. To under that area, there's dark windows as well. Yes, they come out there and go like that under there. Okay, that's coming together. And yes, this was all dark under here. The seats. There's one along here too. Let's paint that in. There we go. Right, there we go. As I say, it's just a impressionistic. But I'll put some hard pen work, some hard lines in there shortly, which will improve it, I'm sure. No end. Yes, I need to. Actually, I've got another water pen here, water brush, which I'll show you. This is very tiny. There it is, enclosed there. So you just have to pull off the tip there. There's water in there. Pop that down on there. But this one has got a much finer tip, you can see there. So I could perhaps do some lines here to suggest some of these flagstones. Comes out here. Give us some perspective. Well, don't have to draw absolutely every line. If you're going to suggest some of the lines, the viewer will fill in the rest. Amazing how the eye does that. Let's put some horizontals along to help. Need to put some more in there. Now I've got a tree out here actually. Let's do something with that. Oh yes, I see I've missed something here. The tree comes down here. This has a bit of a colour to it because it's rather muted, all this grey and concrete. Let's put a dash of colour in there, and we need more colour here as well. So let's get that. Yes, that's improve a little bit, I think. Right, how's it coming along? Could actually do some, get some nice yellows with this fine little water brush. Let's get a thickest mixture and see if we can flick some yellows in there. Then I can put, when that's dried, I'll put a few strong sort of iridium type of greens in, so it will set up a bit of, yes, I could use a little bit of yellow to dab in there because it was catching a bit of sun there. And I'll go in with some gouache as well and bring up some highlights. I think we can do that as well. That's, yes, that's a bit better. We can, well, here we have the finished painting of my sketch at the National Archives in Kew in London. It's turned out better than I thought it would actually. It's a combination of speed and spontaneity, but being architectural you need to get some straight lines, and it's got to represent clearly an architectural building. People expect to see straight lines and geometric things, so I tightened up quite a bit with these and adjusting some colours and windows. Introduced a bit more colour here because it was all a bit grey and dull. But anyways, it's captured the nice day I had out there, and the contrasts, these geometrics with a little bit of greenery. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed having a go using my water brush and my Altoids tin with my colours in here. Just a few colours. Look at that. Bit of fun that is. You could make one of these anytime. Just buy empty pans and squirt the paint in, or buy the ready-made ones off the shelf. But anyway, if you like this, please give me a like, thumbs up, and perhaps hit the subscribe button, because that will, the algorithms like this, and that way it encourages me to do some more work and it supports the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching.